Yes, hello again. Just wanted to jot down this little brief memory. Uh, some recent activity kind of like help me remember it. But um, one thing that really wanted, like, I feel like, you know, that wanted me to want to be alone. By the way, again, is the fact that was a lot of times I would run into these ladies, and they would purposely uh try to create conspiracy towards just doing things towards women's rights because they were like sold out or even held under a belief that fucking it was the only way that they could go about doing things. So it's like, as far as like my other videos, it kind of follows the same guideline of conspiracy being a conspiracy itself. And that is, they want to incriminate women's rights by doing it, even supporting it in such a way with their actions, so they can say there is an image of it. So they can say that at that point, women's rights at that point, quote unquote, was only ever there to harm someone or something, just because they had made an image. And a lot of times you're looking at people who cold heartedly put their full faith into the system by doing shit like that and trying to get themselves in a position where, you know they say to have, or they say fucking they have more experience, just because they were the fucker not even telling you that they knew exactly how it happened, because they wanted to go in there and incriminate it. So it's the same thing with a lot of different things, but in my experience, with this specific subject, it's weird. It's definitely very weird. Uh, I wasn't expecting that much opposition for someone just trying to emphasize women's rights, who even happened to be a woman. And that's the kind of shit that, like, she had to see. Like, it was weird. I mean, I was there because I was curious. I wanted to know, like, how to make shit better. I mean, for me as a kid, like, I always like doing good things. Like, I just like doing them. I never wanted. I even like used to say, yeah, fucking. Was it the unmarked hero? Like, someone who's just forgotten. Like, fucking. There's a reason for that kind of shit. You know, it's not about, oh, I got the biggest head. Oh, I did the biggest thing. Oh, I did fucking this and that. No, it's about fucking doing it. That seems to be a lot of fuckers' problems right now. Because even with that situation, I was only there for a lot of different reasons. One, because I I really took the color black very seriously. Like, I actually think it's a really cool thing, and the way people thought about it in many different ways, even towards people, is disgusting. Uh, at least to my knowledge, right? Because what do I know? But the thing is, I respected it. That at that point, I even saw that even the color black was being weaponized against people to try to fuck with them and stuff. So it became this very interesting, like world I like had stumbled into. I was just a kid. I couldn't fucking do very much around this time. So I just try to get by and not be put in a child's home where you're fucking brainwashed into being all these dumb fuckers my age who aren't even on the same page right now with this shit. Just barely waking up. fact is, even with Standing Rock, the legitimate cause of Standing Rock, how they were trying to put that shit over the fucking aquifer. All these fuckers had just barely woke up. Like nothing was happening that whole entire time. Like fucking, the reservations and all the shit that were there were just completely, they were interested in it. They thought it was just a category or a subject or a genre that they can just look at and move on from. Where are these people? If that's how they fucking think of like people that they even address shit to, like what the fuck? So for me, running into this shit also involved indigenous rights. And when it came to indigenous rights, uh, it became like running into a really nice person and a really strict fucking hard ass that just will not let you up. The really nice person was the communist, and the hard ass was the fucking capitalist. At first, I didn't realize who was who. Really, I didn't. I had no idea. I didn't even know what capitalism was. I didn't even know what communism was. I didn't know any of that shit. I was just thrown in a situation where like my actions at any point could have influenced shit in the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Like it could have came to a point where like I wouldn't even be here. But the communist was all ready to jump in and do shit for you. But then the thing is, what they didn't tell you is, and it's a fact, fucking they'll do shit for you just so that they could get your fucking support, like your undying support at some point in time. And it's a fucked up thing. Then when you look at capitalism comes from fucking like slavery, the understandings of like the fucker who was in charge and what it is they wanted. You know what I'm saying? It's just now it's looked at and understood in a very different way because there are people doing their own shit even. So like I didn't know who to fucking know. Like I didn't know why I was being put in a position where I had to like choose out of two individuals and shit. So like the whole time I'm just trying to play shit off like, oh fuck, are you trying to make me do something, And fucking from what I remember is they kind of like at some point used the law to make me involuntarily be at that point to want to answer questions or fucking work with them and tell them anything I even fucking knew. Now, get this, I was a kid. And at that point in time, I felt so fucking alone. Like, from what I remember, they had us under like immediate fucking like capture. Like we were under duress and shit. That's all I fucking remember. And they were doing weird shit to us. Like they were fucking like they were testing us or they were like implanting shit to like mind fuck us with eventually. Like a form of hypnotism only through like constant exposure of a certain type of mindset or an idea. But um fucking this is where it gets into uncharted territory because like I said, I'm still trying to remember a lot of this shit because fucking I just knew to remember the actions that were happening there because I was so sad and like I felt so broken because this is the shit I had ran into wanting to find an answer for the shit that I had as a question. But there were people there with me, like that lady I had mentioned earlier. I just don't know who these people are anymore. It's been years. Like, how am I supposed to know who the fuck these? They could have easily went on and did their own fucking thing, and I'm just here, because fucking I wasn't even supposed to be in a position like that, being a minor. But the thing is, even with all this shit, it was like there was so much shit out there just waiting for you to do something. It was discouraging. It always appeared to be discouraging, even if you had to find out along the way. But for me, even when I ran into shit like this to where I couldn't fucking escape, I still felt like moving forward. I still felt like I was gonna survive. I still felt like there was gonna be an escape or some place I can fucking go and prosper and live. I wasn't ready to just give it all away, that's for sure. But the thing is, if I gotta deal with women as criminals, as thugs, being weaponized against me, even, I won't hesitate this time. The fact is, I never hesitated. When I didn't hesitate the first time, they were like, "Oh, we expected you to be that way." And I'm like, "Oh, you expected what?" Because fucking, it's indiscriminate for me, motherfucker. Easy come, easy go. I won't give a shit. You try to take fucking my freedoms away? You try to fuck with people who can't even fucking defend themselves? Fuck yeah, I'm gonna be a fucker to come up and tell you, fucker, that you ain't right. Whether it be through Indians, whether it be through God on our fucking money, whether it be through the ideas, understanding that you can identify a whole nation of fucking people as being all the same thing without actually realizing their struggles, without actually questioning. And guess what? The next generation, they don't have an excuse. They really don't. Because they fucking use the same shit that was brought here in that way without questioning it. Some of them are even working for it now. They're like young dudes, young guys like me. They don't care. Someone took them completely on a fucked up thing. Mixed the fucking their brain around, fucking stuck their finger in there and shit. Fucked with them. Now they don't. Now they think they need a finger in their brain and shit. That's how those fuckers are. It's sad. I could never be like that though, because I have like too much of a consciousness. I have to question shit. But for these fuckers, like you look at them, man, it's sad. Sure, there could be potential in different ways, but fucking, if you're utilizing the same shit that's fucking oppressing people right now, what are you doing? Who are you at that point? Are you even say who you say you are? Like, can you say you are who you say you are? And that's where the struggles of indigenous people who were indigenous to this land that's now called America, an Italian word or something, fucking we weren't all the same. Some people were what people call cannibals, and we had to even defend ourselves from those people. I mean, this is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, why should I be the one to fucking enable shit and to fucking build shit, their shit, even if it's against me? That's what I'm saying. There are plenty of fuckers my age right now who are just fucking walking around doing that shit. I can't do that. It hurts. And I'm scared of death. Death itself, even by natural means. Even though there was all of that discouraging shit, I didn't care. Like, you learn to shrug shit away. Like, you scrape your knee, all you fucked up, you walk away. You fuck up your arm or something, you fucking you feel it, and then you work past it, and it grows and shit. Some of these fuckers, they're like barely figuring that shit out or something. It's weird. Now they even have kids and shit. Just like this fucking lady I ran into. Like, holy shit. Fucker's gonna come at me and tell me that fucking every kind of oppression that that was used against Native people, Native Americans, quote unquote, indigenous culture, fucking was justified because, quote unquote, they were fighting each other. Like, that's literally the same type of shit I've heard before. But like, literally, if I were to go, well, you know, if I were to make a very dumb statement like that and have something that's super obvious as it could never be an actual fucking thing to exist, is if I started saying uh the people that came from Africa deserved what happened to them because of what appears to be quote unquote dominance. And then my only defense for it was, oh, they were fighting each other anyways. Like, for real, like, if I were to say that to someone who were like really educated and I were to get in their face about it and just be naive and act like I understand these things and I don't even pick up a book or read, like, for real, um I'd probably get laid the fuck out. Like, that's what I'm gonna say. Like, this, people need to know that it's okay to not know of something. You just can't pretend to know it. That's all. It's just okay to not know. You can be like, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna walk away. I wasn't right, and maybe I'll learn more. But it's not like that. It's ridiculous. I mean, for me, this all kind of ties in with the fact of what it is I was speaking of earlier. But then, too, it comes to another disappointing subject that I had ran into, and that is, uh, I mean, another reason why I wanted to be alone. Holy fuck, is well, I guess I'd have to say that especially when I ran into those communists, they have like attractive people to do their shit for them. And I didn't even realize that. Like, initially, I had no understanding. They had actual attractive people doing shit for. It could be a coincidence, but then again, how I ran into them wasn't fucking nice either. So like, I feel like the same could be said about a lot of different fucking ideas like that. Like, there is shit moving right now. And at the time, like, I mean, I'm not ashamed to say, like, I kind of like, I hit on a guy who who was hitting on me at that point in time, and fucking here, little did I know he was working for that shit, so I could be a part of it. But that's another reason why I wanted to be alone. It's because they use people like that without your even knowledge. Like, they do some backwards, like, fucking type of shit. They'll go to your neighbors and fucking talk shit about you. They'll fucking just oh, like, you have no idea the type of shit I've seen. Like, when people fucking approach me with shit, I just have to walk the other way because I can. It's like, well, what else can I say to someone who's already full on approaching me with nonsense? But oh my gosh, like, I don't even want to be a part of that kind of shit. It's nonsense. But then again, so could any and all of what it is I'm doing on this fucking channel. I mean, the only main reason I'm doing this stuff is because, well, not just, entertainment. Because obviously, like, fuck it, someone's gonna laugh at anything I say. And I know what those kinds of fuckers are like. But thing is, because there's always a thing. Um, uh, you know, I don't know if I'm being blocked out. I don't know if the law is actually starting to go or even going to start taking me seriously. And all of this shit that I even had just said is waiting for people who are asking why. Ugh, I don't know. It's it's nuts. It's madness. But we'll figure it out. Because I don't intend to just give up living in any shape or form, besides of which is uncontrollable to me, which isn't as an excuse for someone to come in and fuck with me either. These little fuckers, they be corny bitches.